It is now into the final campaigning period for candidates nationwide as polling period is approaching. Candidates' campaigns have been picking up momentum, and now in the communities their activities are eating up as the days count down. According to the PNG Electoral Commission schedule, polling will commence on the 24th of June and will run for 14 days. Citizens will be allowed to exercise their democratic rights through the ballot boxes to elect their leaders, and at least an estimated voting population of 5 million are expected to cast their votes. While polling is the focus of this election, one could ask whether the voting population are all aware of the voting system. In previous experiences, electoral officers say informal votes have been encountered because voters were not able to understand the Limited Preferential Voting System, or LPV. LPV simply means three choices, where a voter selects three candidates of his or her choices. As part of this awareness, a briefing session was held for the candidates and their scrutineers for the Mosby Northeast electorate in Port Moresby. A total of 20 candidates attended this session.
Most good leaders miss out because their votes are not counted because the people who have voted them may be illiterate or may not know how to go about putting out the LPV choices. And along the way, we miss out good people.
The awareness session also touched on the importance of the roles and responsibilities of the presiding officers in signing the ballot papers during polling.
Before casting your vote, you check the back of the ballot paper to see if the presiding officer has initialed, meaning has signed the ballot paper. And if he hasn't, I would like to ask you kindly to go back and see the presiding officer and tell him and request to him that he has to sign to make that ballot paper a formal.
Mosby Northeast is one of many electorates that voter awareness must be carried out so that eligible voters are aware of what to do during polling. While so much has been talked about candidates and their political parties' platforms or policies, it is also important that the messages are also delivered during this time to the voters to avoid informal votes. Concerns have also been raised on multiple voting during polling, and some major centers in the country have been identified to conduct one-day polling, while others can continue to follow their polling schedules provided by the Electoral Commission. Multiple voting has been an issue because the country lacks proper identification system to identify voters.
Multiple voting is used when people try to vote more than once. The law says that people must vote only one vote per person, and then their names must be on the roll. But there are perpetrators who try to think that they can take the system, challenge the system.
With this need, the PNG Electoral Commission has embarked on a biometric system, but funding has been the problem.
By this I mean the biometric system. That is the only way, that is a way forward for this country. At this point in time, the funding to do it is a problem. It will cost a lot of money to get things in, source it from outside of the country and bring it in to improve on that. The Commission.
Voters would be required to dip their last finger into a ink during polling to show that they have cast their votes. One-day polling will also be conducted in selected centers, and NCD is among these selected centers. In NCD, polling is scheduled on Tuesday 27 June, and polling booths will be put up in selected areas for the voters to cast their votes. One-day polling is also to avoid discrepancies during polling.
I think it's good where all the polling booths are in one place, and so that's only 3 meters apart. So, and it's according to the alphabet, so you just walk from one polling booth to another to look for your name. So I think one day for everybody, I think it's sufficient.
Yeah, I think it's good for everybody to be settled in, maybe they said about 4 polling booths, so we can, everybody, it's easy for them to go in and vote in that particular area.
While there are questions of timing during one-day polling, electoral officials are confident the process will be delivered well.
I am very confident for the one-day polling in NCD. I think and I believe that one day is sufficient and it can be managed.